So it's Modern Warfare 3 reveal week, and that means that we'll be soon jumping into a ton of reveals for all things Modern Warfare 3, multiplayer, Warzone, zombies, and perhaps even a bit of DMZ to a degree. But today, we learned a bit about a new feature coming in Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer called Aftermarket Parts, a feature that we briefly discussed post-reveal of Modern Warfare 3, but we didn't have a ton of information on it at that time. Today, we do, however. Apologies for the delay in the coverage here on this. It was a very long travel day here getting to LA for COD NEXT, but wanted to bring you this coverage no less. So drop your thoughts down below on what you're expecting, what you hope to see, and what you think about aftermarket parts. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 3. We'll be live with a reveal here on the channel later this week and the beta immediately following. I'd love to have you in the community if you'd like to join, but that said, let's jump into it. First and foremost, if you haven't seen the actual intel drop itself detailing this from the developers, check it out.
For Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, we've added a new way to customize your weapons, aftermarket parts. Aftermarket parts are a new option within GUNSMITH.
A way for players to come back to a weapon that they may have already mastered or played out, and it's going to give them an entirely new dimension to interact with the gun in a way that regular attachments can't. Think of them as remixes for the guns.
Really, the easiest way to say it is they're nearly a new gun. They are powerful, meaningful changes to these weapons. Caliber, the way that they fire, both rate of fire, as well as potentially the fire type.
We're going to have one of our heaviest light machine guns in the game have a conversion kit that turns it into a bullpup, which greatly shortens the configuration of the gun and makes it so that you can really run and gun with it. You can spray from the hip, you can sprint out way faster than you could with this much longer, heavier version of the weapon. Aftermarket parts really aspire to just be fun. We want some of them to be just absolute oddballs that players are completely caught off guard by and want to get in there for just the sheer spectacle of it. It's going to expand playstyles dramatically. We've put a lot into aftermarket parts, and we are so excited for the community to get their hands on them.
So first and foremost, this is a new way, a sort of mastery for weapons and attachments here come in Modern Warfare 3. It's detailed as a way for players to come back to a weapon that they may have already mastered or played out, and it's going to give them an entirely new way to play with it. With GUNSMITH functioning much of the way it does in Modern Warfare 2, players still gain weapon XP and unlock attachments for specific weapons and its associated weapon platforms. But in addition to gaining the alternative progression routes at launch, you can also choose more familiar attachments like your barrels, muzzles, magazines, optics, lasers, rear grips, and more to create that optimal version of the weapon, depending on your playstyle. But for certain weapons that reach max level, players will be able to transform their design using aftermarket parts, which is stated at launch. Modern Warfare 3 will feature several sets of aftermarket parts. This is something we learned at the actual reveal, that it's going to be expanded a lot upon seemingly in post-launch, not necessarily just at launch, but aftermarket parts will take the form of conversion kits. So to access these, you'll need to level up and complete in-game challenges that become available once the weapon is max level. Finish that final challenge and the conversion kit is yours. Consider it the final impressive reward for finishing a weapon's progression path. Now they gave a couple of examples here of the aftermarket parts in the conversion kits, where they had the Pull-'em Yacht LMG that requires you to get 25 kills while hip firing or using tac stance to get the Jack Annihilator, which is a belt-fed bullpup version here of this. So what I think of immediately, that's something that's going to make it a lot faster in mobility, a lot more in handling. So kind of similar to how like you could kit out the Bruin in Modern Warfare 2019 to be something that's a bit more mobile with that 60 round mag as opposed to the belt-fed mag. Now, not necessarily the exact same thing, but kind of the way that I anticipate that working out. The Renetti pistol you could turn into an auto carbine, where that's something that requires 30 kills with 5 attachments equipped, turning your pistol into a longer range weapon here that can be usable. The WSP, that being your sort of Uzi variant here with this, that's something that its aftermarket part or conversion kit is unlocked via weekly challenge in the preseason, but will allow you to have akimbo dual-wield WSPs, which will be certainly interesting to see how that will be. Of course, that giving you much more firepower here with that one. WSP might be that micro Uzi, it might be the regular, but regardless, you'll end up seeing here that it's something that will allow you to have double the fire rate, double the ammo output. Now, the weekly challenge portion here, that's something that a lot of people have questions on, and honestly, rightfully so. That'll be interesting to see if that's the only way to do that, or if it'll be like on a weekly rotation, or how that will work. But right now we just don't have enough information, so I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyways, out of this we also learned a bit from some of the screenshots, some of the different fine print features here of what was showcased in footage. Firstly, detailed stats are coming back, it seems like. Based off of some of the images here of the UI, it seems like detailed stats are something that can be expanded here within GUNSMITH, and of course, that is a huge win in my opinion. That's one thing that I really don't understand why Infinity Ward ever took away with Modern Warfare 2, especially with it being such a big hit within Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard, but we will be seeing this now happen within Modern Warfare 3. So big win there in my opinion, I think, for creating accurate custom classes here at this, knowing exactly what attachments do versus having to have some guesswork based off of just, honestly, arbitrary stat bars that we see in the menus, but that's definitely something that's pretty nice to see within Modern Warfare 3. Additionally, it also seems like tuning will still be a thing. There still seems to be that icon on some of these attachments within the UI that kind of indicates tuning, I think. Now, whether or not this will be something that applies to all Modern Warfare 3 weapons, or if those weapons that like have those aftermarket parts as a mastery reward, if that's something that takes place, we don't quite know just yet, but it is something that right now it seems like tuning is still going to be a thing here within Modern Warfare 3 and the weapons upcoming. So win, lose really comes down to how you feel about the subject, but that's going to be there, it seems like, with Modern Warfare 3 in full. And then finally, the last thing that we can really talk about in regards to adjustments here that have been detailed already beyond just the basics here of the aftermarket parts, and what we can come to expect with this is that single zoom optics, so your one-times optics like red dot sights, those are not going to be affected in ADS penalties anymore. It's not going to sacrifice your ADS speed by simply utilizing that, which is a huge win. I personally don't understand why that was something added within Modern Warfare 2 and Infinity Ward's titles here, but that was something that did happen. But you're not going to have that penalty anymore, which is definitely nice. But anyways, that's what we learned here about aftermarket parts here and what you can look out for here come a little further on down the line with the reveal later this week. Of course, we are still seemingly going to have more stuff coming within Modern Warfare 3 and the intel drops here in the next coming days. We'll keep you posted with all that kind of stuff. But for now, that's where we're going to wrap it up. So let me know your thoughts down below. Like the idea of aftermarket parts, dislike it, whatever the case, drop your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 3 as we gear up for the launch here just upcoming in a little bit. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.